Howdy, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I feel really zoomed in. I don't know, I feel like I'm really close. Hello, hello. Make sure my microphone's in the right place. How's it going? How's it going? Hope everyone is well. Today will be a very simple stream where I'm just going to chat about the London GT with you because I know a lot of people are going. I think it's like, is it 1,087 people there? Gonna be very busy. Very busy. We can chat about my list, how it seems that I have somehow crafted the meta and everyone is now chasing me, and about the stuff. Yeah. Raven Guard Centurions winning group strategy, is it proof that Paul is now setting to fill to get back? Exactly, that is exactly what I mean. I mean, he only used 9 Centurions, which is cowardice, really, but I mean, I was right the whole time. Is Sean painted? He is painted. I painted him today. His base is still drying. It's a very cool model. Pain in the ass to paint. Like, that is one which there's just so much stuff. And I was pre-ordering for the Kuchari this weekend. I will be probably getting the Codex, but that's it. The box, if you want to start Drukhari, that big new box is really good. It basically gives you everything, because it gives you Scourges, Incubi, Witches, Cabalites, but I've got all that stuff already, so I don't need it. Aiming for the perfect Centurion sweep. Here's the other thing. I'll be interested because JP, someone a friend of mine, sent me someone said, "Oh, look at this list." I was like, and he it's basically perfectly copied that. I think it's pretty much perfectly copied the John Lennon list. Obviously, in the John Lennon, that Crucible thing was allowed to use the +1 to wound, which the London GT, you do not get +1 to wound if you're using the new Raven Guard attachment, which I think is fine for me, but that might catch people out. This GT video can be Paul is bad at meta chasing. Exactly. I have set the meta. If someone beat you by distracting you the box Centurions, I mean, if they threw it at me, that would be kind of distracting, I guess. My first GT next weekend, I'm excited. Any tips? Sit down. Make sure to sit down. Your knees will thank you. What do you think about the nicer Centurion GT winning list versus yours? I think it's very similar. I think obviously just has drops 9 Centurions for more scoring stuff. So it probably makes more sense, but also cowardice. It's cowardice. An escalation link in my local shop. I'm going to be rerunning Centurions because I don't have any yet. There you go. Got to get them Centurions in. Well, thank you for the...
Hey there, will you use my tips that I posted? 3.
Assuming that you are the person, I assume based on the fact that you have Wolf in your name, that posted a lot of information about Space Wolves, yes, I will be. That was very good information, thank you. My first... Oh, jeez, Herman.
Look at the size of that thing.
Right here with the 1,000...
Hello. For the Emperor. Big Assault Terminator unit soon.
Thank you very much. A big super chat. Yes, I will probably get that box with all the Assault Terminators. I have in my mind. It'd be so cool to have a character with the you're allowed to deep strike turn 1, leading maybe 10 with lightning claws, and then having 5 with hammers. That'd be really cool. Strategy wise, what's your tip for new players? Scoring will always win, but also just kill stuff. The thing with strategy is you'll learn it as you play. I can't really give you any like solid advice apart from play. I run Outrising Aggressors said Outriser bulky and Aggressors are punchy, so it splits the difference, yeah. When am I going to play Thousand Suns again? I don't know, actually. I'm interested in trying out the new Drukhari. They seem quite interesting. I know people have seen the leaks and are very there was a lot of doom and gloom, but to be honest, it actually looks really cool. The fact that you get your pain tokens, you don't have to use your pain tokens at the start of the phase, you can use them as and when, means you can roll pain tokens, like, you can snowball out of control. A great hint for you to make sure you win all your games. Your opponent is going to try and Warhammer really hard, you should try and Warhammer harder than that, so you out Warhammer them. That's a good idea, Kokosuke. I could just outmaneuver them by
Look at the
throwing them
size
to
of
the
that
table.
thing.
Another huge super chat. Thank you very much.
Hey Paul, won a casual 1k round against Knights with Guard. I lost a Sentinel but practically nuked an entire Knights squad. The big knight went from full live to 6 in round of shooting and then died in Overwatch.
A big knight in 1k. I guess, yeah, if you're going up against tanks, that is unfortunate. Well done, though. Congratulations. Speaking of magnets, I also need to magnetize Ethan Shan. Look, hope it's fun. It should be fun. The area of the table I am at is a very it's a very interesting area of the room because a couple of people who I go Brett, who I played from the last video, and Reese, who was the person who trapped me in the game of 40k I couldn't play, are both within 7 tables of me, and Archon Scari is within like 6 tables of me as well. There's loads of people, and who was it? I think I saw you in chat. I may not. Maybe not. But there's someone else who messaged me who was like, "Oh, I'm going there," and I'm like 3 tables away, and that person's running three Lord of Skulls. What a great! It's 3 Lord of Skulls and then some other stuff. It's amazing. What are your plans at LGT outside of playing? Resting, probably. And the set of tables over, yeah. Like, loads of people are nearby that area. Yeah, triple core Lord of Skulls is awesome. This first stream I watched you, and man, I was not ready for this beauty of VTuber model. People, the fact that I've been I'm clipping off the top. I'm clearly too close. Let me sit back. Clipping off the top. Yeah, part of people are still surprised. It's very funny. Yeah, well, isn't there 2 Winchester guys who are playing against each other near us? The fact that there are, I think there's 550 tables. It's insane. That wasn't fun at all. 3 tournaments in, and made me conclude that they aren't really my thing, considering the cost of attending. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I've not had any bad talk, but again, I think the thing is because our local stuff is really good, like really cool. It's not too bad. Let me sort my face out, because my face seems to be encroaching a little bit too much. That's a bit better. That feels more normal. We're all near the bottom table. That's true. This is not table 1. You're in a mega pack area, yeah. Am I in the Friday RTT? No. So my plan will be, so I'm driving up. I'm visiting a friend who I haven't seen in years on the way up. And then I'll get to my hotel for check-in time. And then I'll probably just kind of chill. Just get myself, like, chill, relax, and then get there nice and early for the Saturday. Obviously, if you are going to London GT, you're very welcome to come and talk to me. If I'm in the middle of a game, obviously, like, you can come and say just like hello, but obviously I'm not gonna be able to chat with you because I'll be in the middle of the game. But you'll probably also be in a game anyway. At lunch, I imagine I will be chatting with people. I'll find somewhere to lunch. On the Saturday, I will be wearing a very bright yellow top with Goofy on it, so you should be able to see me pretty easily. I wore that at the Super Major. I feel like it's going to be my Saturday. My Saturday shirt. Not that you'll need it since you're as a meta now. Exactly, JP. It's so weird going into this tournament and accidentally having a meta list. Apart from the extra Centurions, but the fact that this is the list that I've been using for months and months and months, and the meta has formed around me is perfect. You missed anything? Now we're just chatting about GT and various things. I don't meta chase. The meta chases me. I don't know if Mrs. Paul. I don't know if Mrs. Paul is coming along. Had any plans with Brett and I's partner taking out to London if she wants to join? She'll be very much resting. She has had a lot of work. Been working a lot of weekends, which is very unfortunate because she's been working like the past 2 weekends, and I'm away this weekend. Technically, you know what the craziest thing about this is? Technically, this is the first time I've ever had I've had to travel for work. normally, I had 11 years as a software engineer, and I worked my way up to like quite high up on that ladder. Never had to go on a business trip for a conference or like to a customer site. Never had to do that. Less than 1 year as a full-time YouTuber, I'm already gone on a business trip. How many I get to witness for until I went 0-6? I can't possibly go 0-6 because I'll only play 5 games if I lose. There is the not 0% chance that if I win every single game, I'm absolutely screwed. Because if you win all 5 games, you have to play another game, and then there's the shadow round. And if I get into the top 8, I think, which it's not going to happen, but it's not a 0% chance. But if I somehow get into the top 8, I have to play on Monday, and I don't have a hotel. Play another game after Zingo 0-6. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll play against Scary because I know I'll lose. How's it going, GHB? Steve going? No, Steve's not going. He is busy. And I also don't think he'd want to be fair. Steve with the car hiding the venue. Yeah, that was probably the plan. But to be honest, I am not going to go 5-0. Even if I manage to go 5-0, I'm not getting into the top 8. Because it's not happening. You try and get on War Games Live. I don't know how that works. I guess it would, because they'd probably choose who they want to have, right? Don't know how to go. I'm afraid younger categories. If you are, please don't enter. I really need to win. That is the way to win, I suppose. Yeah, nobody want to win. Exactly, that's the problem. I think if I reckon if I go up, if I win my first game, and I get matched into someone else who wins the first game, who's really good, like Scary, that might be one to go on the stream because that I think will be a very fun game. I kind of want to play Scary, but he's nearby, and I'm excited to say hello. I was messaging him yesterday, and he's that sounds like his trip went well. So. Convinced you're not going to go 5-0, what's your goal? But my goal, I guess my goal technically is 5-0, but I know just from experience that I don't have the experience to go 5-0. Because the people who will probably go 5-0 are the people who are, you know, they're practicing right now. They're on Tabletop Simulator. They're practicing their list. They're working out their deployment. They're doing all that stuff. And I haven't. I'm just going to absolutely wing it. I know my first opponent. It's Space Wolves. I've never played against Space Wolves. They got very unlucky in that all their stuff is good against characters, vehicles, and monsters. I have no vehicles and no monsters in my list. I have 5 characters, but 3 of them are lone op. One of them is Shrike, so lone op when he's in a squad, and one of them is a Fights vs. Jizya. So, got a chance to have a game with the new detachment and run through the differences, or are you raw dogging it? I am absolutely raw dogging it. To be honest. Thing is, because I've played Vanguard Spearhead so much, the only differences are I get to fall back and shoot. I don't get I don't get a deadly prize, but I didn't use a deadly prize in my last tournament anyway. Athan Shan gives me free uppy downy, and he can select something to charge. I don't get +1 to wound, but honestly, with Centurions, that's not too bad. But yeah. The kill 3 characters you suffer with lethals. That's the thing, is because if they kill 3, I get lethals on everything, which I think I'm fine. They'll probably kill the Combi Lieutenant. I'll get myself the Jizya will probably die at some point. And then it's just a case of I mean my lone op captain is my lone op captain and Athan Shan I have to be careful of. I want to thank Blame You for getting me Centurions and into the competitive side. The major reason I raised it very much. You've joined at the right time. That's the best part. Astrology doesn't count Raymond Guard's attachment. Yeah, so rules as written, and I think they understand that it's stupid. Rules as written, they do not get +1 to wound because now people playing Games Workshop. I'm actually going to blame. I'm going to give part of this blame to the players because I'm sorry, but people have got to take some responsibility here. So what happened? Let's run through it. We gave +1 to wound on oath if you aren't using +1 to wound on your oath target if you aren't using any units that have Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Black Templar, Death Watch, or whatever. So then people went, okay, well, I'm going to use the Blood Angels detachment, but use no Blood Angels units. And they went, okay, fine. You have to be Codex Space Marines. And then they released the Grotmus detachment that said Codex Space Marines Librarius. And people went, well, that's not in the actual physical book, so does that count as Codex Space Marines? And they went, yes, FAQ, that one counts. But then they released these ones and forgot to update that FAQ. It's under Codex. It says Codex Space Marines Shadow Mark Talon or whatever. Obviously, because it's not in that FAQ list, people go, oh, rules as written. No, just at some point you have to like sit back and just go, can we just agree that clearly this is not what they meant? And it's the same with the I think someone pointed out the 12. It was Reese mentioned it. Might have been Reese. I know someone mentioned it. I saw Reese's name, so it could be that. The ruling on the 12-inch charge. Who was it? No, it was Pridders. That, I mean, you can... Clearly, they are not going, choose an enemy unit. They now have a 12-inch aura of you can't charge anything else. That's clearly not the intention. Can we all agree that just because you can read something away doesn't mean you can... it's very much at this point nowhere in the rules that say a dog can't play basketball. Nowhere in the rulebook. There's no FAQ that says I can't bring a cat and throw it at you. But I think we can all agree that that's, you know, a bit shitty. Like, oh, that nowhere, you know, nowhere on the rules says I can rotate my data card 90 degrees and my anything that's an 8 turns to infinity, so I have infinity wounds. No. Come on now. Look at that studio being done. They should have worded it. Don't get +1 to wound. I feel like it's one of those ones where it's like at some point you gotta go. At some point, you gotta just like take it on the chin and stop trying to drill into it. I think at some point they gotta be like, just work it out, right? Rules law. This is the thing with it's the same with D&D, right? Like, how many people here know what the peasant railgun is? Just show of hands. Does anyone know what the peasant railgun is? Yeah, cool. For those who don't know what the peasant railgun is, so in D&D there's a thing. I might get this. I might not get this fully correct. So in D&D that you can do a held action. So you can hold your action to receive something from someone else. Like, when someone gives me something, I'm going to hold my action, and then I'm going to take it and give it to the next person. That'll be my held action. If you, technically, because a round lasts 6 seconds, you can line up thousands of peasants to all hold the action of passing a metal rod or something from one person to the next. Passing items to free action. Okay, yeah, so you hold your action to pass an item or have it as a free action, and you can have all of these peasants in a row within 6 seconds pass it down the entire line of 1,000 and then throw it at the end. And technically, because the metal bar would have gone that far in 6 seconds, that's a railgun. Now, rules as written, yes, but obviously that's stupid. And that's the thing, even with raw, it'll do like 1d6 damage. Like, it's... At some point, we just have to be like, you know, let's just chill and whatever. It's very silly. Anyway, yeah. I don't know how it's ruled. I assume I'm going to just rule it as, yeah, if I choose that target to charge, I get rerolls. If I don't choose that charge, I don't. Because that makes more sense. Because an actual aura of 12 inches, you must charge me, but you get rerolls to hit, is a good aura to give to yourself. Like, imagine if I had some Centurions, right? Okay, you have to charge me and you get a reroll, but you have to charge this unit that I've picked. is an amazing buff to give. Sound cut out? Am I back? Hello? It works on my end. It's back? Hello, hello. Chill in super serious life or death, ultra grim, hyper realistic setting 4K. Exactly. This is the thing, right? Like, people get up in arms, not up in arms, but people will argue the minutiae of the rules as written or whatever, but then if you wanted to play properly rules as written, you better be microscopic millimeters down to your measurements. I best not see that move 0.001 inches away from that 6-inch movement. People knock stuff all the time, so who cares? For Win Army Parade, youngins, I get a Knight Crusader with £100 and magnetize it, so it's not Imperial Knights Army. Not sure what combat patrol to get. I don't know, what yeah, Knight Crusader with £100. You're not sure what combat patrol to get? Surely the Knight one, if you want to play Knights. I might not be getting it. If you want to play the rules written, you better be rolling each dice. Now, technically, that's what. Ooh, Tactical Tortoise. Hello. Hello, welcome in. Party of 23. Hello. Thank you for the raid. We are talking about the London GT. I saw the videos you made about the Crucible and your stuff on that are really cool. And how clearly I am shaping the meta. It is Paul's meta now, and you're all living in it. How's it going? What faction do you not want to face in the tournament? I don't think I mind. I don't think there's any faction I don't want to face. It's more players. I've seen there's a lot of very good players there, obviously. I'd like to play the factions I've not played against yet. That's Tau, Drukhari, Emperor's Children, Imperial Agents, but they don't count. I think that's it. How's it going, Tactical Toss? What you been up to? Yeah, so I think someone had the breakdown of stats for the what was there. Let me see if I can find it. It'll be around here somewhere. Have a look. Can I find it? Probably up here somewhere. I can't find it now. Sure, it's in this chat. Wasn't that long ago, was it? No. Was it in this one? Oh yeah, here it is. So, in 3.5 D&D, 10-foot ladder is 5 copper pieces. If you take the ladder apart, it gives you 2 10-foot poles that are worth 20 copper each. Yeah, so there's 74 World Eaters players, which is the most. Crazy. Then Space Marines 66, Eldari 57, Blood Angels 54, Necrons Death Guard, Tau 52 Tau players. There is one that's just Chaos. 2 Forces of the Hive Mind, 8 Imperial Agents, 9 Death Watch, only 12 Genestealer Cults, which is kind of weird, and then 24 Admech, 26 Drukhari. Yeah, and then a variety of stuff. 32 Sisters players. 39 Guard losers. Yeah, seems like a pretty decent split across the board. There are 16 Raven Guard players, which is very silly. Any Harlequins? I don't know if Harlequins are counted as separate on this thing. Would you consider Harlequin a real faction again now they have their own combat patrol box? If they don't have their own book, right? So unfortunately not. And I definitely know Ben from Grudgehammer is using some of the new Votam. I'll be interested to speak to him about how they perform. The main thing I'm actually looking forward to is catching up with a lot of people who I haven't seen in a while. Probably actually since South Coast Measure. So like Archie and Ben from Grudgehammer. Ben. Obviously meeting new people as well. You know, all the people who have said they're going to be there. That's the main thing. To be honest, if I go 0-5, I'm probably still going to have a good time because I like just hanging out. I would be happy if I went 2-3. I think if I went 1-4, I'd be like, okay, I haven't improved much. If I go 0-5, I'd be like, okay, well, clearly I suck. But I think my list is actually okay. I just have to make sure that I can play it well. And I think it should be just different. A Centurion reinforcement now. Staying very, very still. Have you tried picking the rabbit up and moving it? I got a bad combat patrol. I don't think it's not the like Super Silver Jr. said, the problem is any combat patrol that Drukhari get that isn't the old one is going to be a downgrade because the old one was literally perfect. Legitimately, you could buy 6 of them. You could buy 6 Drukhari combat patrols, and the only thing you would like have a problem with is having 6 Archons. You'd have 30 Incubi, 60 Cabalites, and 12 boats, and that's actually fine. Like, that may be too many boats, but one place in Winchester is a happy place in Britain because you are there. It's in Badger Farm, the Winchester one. Nine boats is maximum. But having 12 boats is cool though. OGC goals get 1 win each day. That makes sense. That's a good goal. Well, I'd say that. If you lose the first 3, you could still get 2 wins on the second day. So you could go 0 wins, then 2 wins. But yeah, the thing with the combat patrols I quite like is they're kind of like spearheads, is you can get like more than 1 per action. What are your thoughts on new Termies? They look cool. I like Lightning Claws. I can't wait to have some Lightning Claws in the list. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how my first game goes, because yeah, it's very melee heavy Space Wolves, which could be a problem, but it also, if they overextend, I can punish that. Especially now that I can fall back and shoot. Although I could turn 1 advance and charge with Shrike, which would be very funny. Do your arms work with the VTuber model? Unfortunately not, no. They have a bit of a wiggle to them, but they don't track. All an overextending name iconic duo, no, exactly. Neo Fled One, you're one of my favorite YouTubers watching Warhammer. Thank you. I suppose a good luck. Thank you very much. I mean, is it Logan Grimnar? He seems insane. He seems like he's a huge model. He's got like 8 wounds or something. He's ridiculous. My favorite VTuber that boobs. Thank you. I'm guessing on the list of VTubers, including the ones with boobs, I'm quite low on the list. That's fine. I understand. I don't have them honking anime Hondas, so yeah, 80 mil base, crazy. But yeah, I have an idea for a different section of the Screaming Ravens, which will be basically that Terminator assault stuff, and then maybe a Lancer. Any units that can terraform the enemy's home objective early? Probably, I guess I could do a lone captain to jump in there. The thing is, because terraform's different now, right? It goes off at the end of your turn, but it can be undone. I really like that. I think that's gonna be fun. I reckon you could do a mode which is essentially like that, where you have to like capture the points, but you don't actually get points for actually staying in there and holding it. So it's basically like King of the Hill. You have to go round and like flip them back and forth. But they can't undo their own. You can't undo your home. Is that true? I don't think I've read this. Clearly, I've not read this carefully enough. Let me have a look. Terraform. Oh yeah, you have to use it on a one not within your deployment zone.
Take my money, gonna head out now.
Thank you very much for your super chat, and thank you for around. Hope you have a good rest of your day. What creep orders this week have I failed you? Yes. Yeah, you have to do it on one that's not within your deployment zone. That's interesting. Kind of cool. Kind of like that. Yeah, so I guess like chuck something over there. I don't think I've got anything that could reach their turn 1, or at least early. Are we live? We are. What are your thoughts on Death Guard's opponents? I've only played against... Well, I played against Steve's Death Guard. But that was when it was less good. I played against a Death Guard at a tournament, and it was very scary. But that was before the nerfs. So you can make someone deep strike turn 1? Yeah, so I obviously have to protect my home. And I don't have any infiltrators or anything, so it might be more tricky to protect my home. Guys, I thought their home was safe with Sticky. Scored 8 terraform off it. 8? Am I reading terraform wrong? Do you get points for terraform? Oh, each player scores points for terraform at the end of each turn. Oh, right, yeah, so... Alright, yeah, I need to be careful of that then. Get out there and start terraforming. Put those JPIs to good use. How are they going to figure out who you are now? Because there's probably be multiple Bowman Centurions. I'll probably be the only one with my very silly objective markers, which you can get at portalsbalancestuff.com. You shining home. That was my plan, yeah. Obviously, he's low up, so you can drop in and then shoot and charge him because of low up, but the shooting I don't think is that bad. The charging is scary though. You remember the wonderful money? Exactly. That sounds awesome. I do like monster tyranners. They're pretty cool. Nah, no wordplay today. I think I've uninstalled it. I think I need to make room on my hard drive because I've been recording too much stuff. Yeah. What did you do if you face against 30 Scarab Terminators? Cry. Don't buy this man of NAS. Funny you should say that. I did buy one. I haven't installed it yet. Is the problem? I just sort out a bunch of stuff with the router and stuff, so I haven't sorted it out. How are you prepping for the event? By chatting with you guys and just chilling out. I am reminded that I do need to Ramposa, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I do need to pay for my hotel parking and for the ULEZ as well, because my car is old and bad for the environment. Does the woman play Warhammer? She does not. Not play the Warhammer. How's Sean doing? Is space still a little bit wet? I'll finish him off. Very, very nice model. Pain in the ass to paint. But it didn't actually take too long. It's just there's a lot. But, like, don't look too closely. I like car or like purr? Like car, like rum rum. What do you reckon is my worst matchup? Let me think. I don't know. I lost. Let me think about the games that I played. I think basically my worst matchups are anything that can. I guess it's different now that I can fall back and shoot because I can be more aggressive with stuff. I think World Eaters or maybe even still Blood Angels is pretty bad for me. World Eaters are pretty nasty because it doesn't matter if I can fall back and charge because they can just kill me. You gonna get shout? All right. Have a good rest of your day. When it's tournament, it's on Saturday. How would your army be if you replace all Centaurs with aggressors? Not as good, I don't think. Not enough firepower. I'd need something else to do anti-tank. Yeah, anything fast and melee is probably pretty bad for me. Being a fast and melee, I on Saturday just gone, so last Saturday, I went round to Steve's to watch some wrestling. But before that we played a game of Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint is really cool. I really like it. I used Darth Maul and basically got from one side of the table to the other and killed the dude. It was so cool. Not killed the dude, but I wounded him. I will say some of their wording is a bit naff. Because there's injured and wounded. Neither of which mean you've taken damage. Shatterpoint is a Star Wars skirmish game. It's really cool because it's best of 3, but the second and third rounds just continue. So if you win the first Shatterpoint, like it's called Shatterpoint, then the next one starts. Whichever objectives are active switches, but then you just play from where you are. Very, very cool. You still have your melee counterpunch for armies that melee rush. Yeah, it's not as strong as the problem. Like it's a lot of JPIs. Blade Guard, the thing is, Blade Guard's probably my best melee thing, but I usually have that somewhere else. So it might be in those matchups I don't yeet them as far. Do you know anything about the grand narrative in Atlanta, Georgia, GA? I do not know anything about that, no. I know very little about Atlanta, Georgia. Isn't that where Coca-Cola factory is? I think I know that purely from Futurama. You make a Centurion character when you make him Devastate, Assault, or Mix. My character idea, I believe, is Assault. Let's try Malifaux, yeah. People have talked about Malifaux. Someone was mentioning about looking at the rules for Trench Crusade, but there's another one. Any chance to see Extreme Realms of Trench Crusade? There you go. I'd like to look at the rules for that, yeah, but Steve has all of the Shatterpoint stuff, so we can actually play it. Shatterpoint's really cool. I do like it. I had Maul with some Mandalorians, and then a guy called Savage Oppress, which is a ridiculous name. I love it. And Mother something. I can't remember her name. She was insane. Like, basically, every time, as soon as I activated her, like, 3 things around me could move, and then I got the card that lets me use her again, the Shatterpoint card. So I activated her again. Towson, thank you. I activated Towson again, and I got to move even more on my out of turn. It's really cool. What do you think about the Balanced State overall? I think it's fine. I think Thousand Suns obviously got kind of nerfed. I think their rule change is fine. Probably not with the points changes, but what are you gonna do? You ever come to the States for regular TT? I never say never, but it's not on the card. Jesus. Super Silver Junior, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. All of you people who've just got some members, you get access to stuff, I guess. I am thinking of doing some like vlog stuff for this one. Thank you for joining Super Silver Junior. Have a good evening. Last weekend I bought my first combat patrol with like GF, got World and she got Necrons. Hell yeah, up in Germany. Thank you. That sounds awesome. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, hope to catch you Saturday. I might do some vlog stuff for this because I've got time to just like chat about stuff, like take pictures, and I always feel really awkward. Like I say, I'm gonna do some vlog stuff, but I feel awkward just like chatting, walking like with my camera around the places, just talking. That's not kind of my style, so I'll probably do something. And thank you very much for the gift memberships. Yeah, I think I've got my bag together for like my dice and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't think people would mind. And obviously I've seen other people do it, that's the thing. And I've been like, they're obviously a content creator, they're doing the thing. But for me, for some reason, I always feel awkward just like walking around chatting to myself. I don't know. This is why I hide behind an animated version of myself. Makes me feel less awkward. I decided to buy a plastic in the beginning of it. What have you decided on? You've been trying to choose that for months. Can you be considered a VTuber? Yes, I am technically a VTuber, which is fun. You'll buy Crux Terminatus, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get that as well, to be honest. Yeah, I like the idea of having 15 Assault Terminators. Have a big cardboard cutout of your avatar. I could turn one of my objective markers into a mask. Yeah, the new Terminators look cool. Would you like to see Centurions get an update? I'd like to see them get an update. At least, at the very least, just if they get an update, it means they're not going to Legends. What are your thoughts on Centurions and Black Templar? The Wrathful Procession. I don't know much about that. Let me have a look it up. I believe Centurions in Black Templar are very good. Called the set one of the litanies at the end of the battle round. Applies to infantry and mounted. 5 of Finvun is very nice. Add 1 to strength and melee, very nice. Add 2 to move and add 1 to advance, very nice. Use once for battle fights first, pretty cool. Captain devastating wound. Is there anything that gives you advance and charge? Melee has precision. No modifiers, litanies. This is pretty cool. I feel like lack of fallback and stuff. That was the problem with Vanguard Spearhead, was the lack of stuff when you get locked up. I mean, assault ones would be like it. So there's one of these I think is very, very good for. There's one Black Templar one which I think is really good. That's all chapters. But I guess you've also got the... Oh, you got the vows, don't you? That does stuff. Oh yeah, suffer not the unclean to live, right? Start the first battle round, select one of the vows. So I guess you do that one so you can fall back and charge. Maybe. And you can do it, except in challenging models, I suppose. Yes, there's stuff there. Gonna use the White Scarish detachment. Yeah, get a Storm Raven. Do they have it in Modern Centurions? No, I don't think so. I just don't think they're tanky. They are very tanky. To be fair, in Vanguard Spearhead they're very good, or in Shadowmark Talon, because they get -1 to hit, and cover at all times. So AP4 is still a 5-up. Then you can Oath of Mome. You can Armor Attempt that go to a 4-up. So you can become very tanky. I don't think they really need an Invuln. And bear in mind as well, if you're firing got AP4 stuff at Centurions, then just have some tanks. Even in Lost, I make the Fierce Centurions. The very funny thing is, I think other people are going to make people Fierce Centurions. Thoughts on the Creed combat patrol? It looked alright. Written any lore for your Scream Roman Commanders? A little bit. Not much. I need to get on that more. But again, I've just been very busy. I've been so busy prepping for this and trying to get a video out that I didn't do my Wednesday gaming video, so I do apologise for that. You're following the gaming channel? There should be another Timber board on Monday. And then there should then be... Because basically next week I'm planning... So there's a video tomorrow, which will be a fun one. Hopefully it'll be nice and fun. So we look forward to that. And next week I won't be doing a video. I'll basically be trying to catch up on the gaming stuff so I can get ahead on that. But I'll be starting the LGT video. So hopefully the week after that, which is the 10th of October, that should be the London GT video. A fun video. Yes, a fun video, Christian. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. London GT is going to be very interesting because it's over 4 times bigger than the South Coast Super Major, which was already huge. So I guess we'll find out. I should be in my hotel by the time it comes out, so I can look at the comments and stuff. If not, just look out for it. I don't think there's anything at least similar. I love John Lennon's this, but I just don't want to buy Sense with huge chance of Legend in 3 months. I guess what you're looking for is something... I think the reason is because obviously you can uppy downy them, right? That's where my even without even with Vanguard Spearhead, the way I won games is by carving out a little bit of space, getting a slight foot in the door, and then kicking the door open by being able to teleport Centurions. If I can get a space to plant some Centurions, take out a big chunk of something, have them be safe, and then I can do that again, that's where I start to win. You need something that can replicate that, and I don't think there's anything that really does that very well. How does 18 Blade Guard Veterans with 18 Centurions out? Not, to be fair, pretty good. You've got a nice shield wall there, and then you got your Centurions at the back. A lot of points though, right? It's not even that many, to be fair. Does the painting ever get easier? Slightly. We'll say I am very much... I've been struggling with painting recently. In terms, I think because all the painting I've been doing has just been for like necessity, and I've kind of been rushing it. But I've also just been struggling in general, just like I think my painting has gotten worse in terms of just stability, my brush control, just because I'm not practicing enough. But I'm also having some problems with my thumbs, which I'm a bit concerned about. I don't think it's carpal tunnel, but there's something... Past few days, something funny has been happening. Video inspired me to go to my first tournament a few weeks ago. Oh, hell yeah. Went to North 3, had a blast. There you go. That's the thing. Like, go North 3, have a blast, then you've succeeded. You've won. But in these events, they do provide chairs. At least all the ones I've been to do provide chairs. They have sent out something for LGT going, hey, there's a lot of people, so just make sure stuff's tucked in, under the table, not in the aisles. Tuck your chairs in when you're done. So they do provide chairs. But yeah, the difficulty is remembering to sit down. Like, obviously, if you're, unfit enough to be able to stand for that long, then you will sit down because it's a necessity. But sometimes I'll find myself standing there because I'm looking at the board and thinking and going, oh yeah, I should sit down. But then sitting down, I'm not really as engaged. Maybe just keep your percent guessing and try. Yeah, especially with the Judicio with fights first. That's the thing. I think I need to use that more as a heroic threat. It is also nice to be able to throw it on an objective, like a natural expansion objective, and have it sit there and go, come at me. Especially with the precision. Warhammer with 1,000 Suns, I understand why you nearly abandoned this army. Please kill me. Yeah, it's a nasty one. It's a very nasty one. That's how you use Fights First. Yeah, I mean, Fights First is also nice just to be able to stand there and go, you can come and attack me, but I will fight you first. Like, are you sure you... it's a very much a, are you sure you want to do this? Like, you got to throw a lot at them. And I found with 3 Blade Guard, it wasn't that scary. With 6 Blade Guard, it is very scary. Want to start getting into creating battle reports? Any advice you can give, especially since you're trying to keep track of stuff, everything? Take lots of photos. I find lots and lots of photos is very, very good for reminding me what happened. And I don't worry too much about the minutiae and stuff. Like, I imagine if you were to, like, go step by step through some of the ones I've done, you'd be like, well, hang on, how did that happen? Like, was that actually correct? On the most recent one, I just straight up forgot to put my intercessors and infiltrators on the diagram for the deployment, because I just forgot about them. I was like, whoops. We just finished 3 big models. Chaos Rhino, Plague Burst Crawler, and a Nurgle Demon Prince. Hell yeah. Yeah, the Blade Guard unit is very good, and the main problem is if I lose it early, it does cause problems. In the game I won against Map, the fact that I could kind of have it there and then slowly move it around after it did its job is really useful. But sometimes I will throw them in the wrong place and they don't have any backup. I basically need them to be there to kind of secure an area, let something else come and get that area secured. So they start on the board, let's say, in my natural expansion. They don't really move, they just hold it there, maybe do some actions. Something else comes to hold it whilst they then move out from there. But sometimes I will go to aggro with them. Overextending. I'm interested to see how it will play with my Assault Centurions. I feel like what I probably want to do is reserve the 2 3-man squads of Devastators. So I have things to just, like, drop down. And then I can just start advancing my Assault Centurions, like, up the board. Because if they charge into them and don't kill them, I can then do a fallback Melter charge. And that can be my wall. And then I need to probably be more careful with, especially in the first game, I need to be more careful with my Shrike unit. And the JPIs and my Lone Hammer Captain. Maybe I'll reserve the Lone Hammer Captain as well. I think that makes sense. Not have him on the board. I've got a squad of 3 with Melter and a squad of 3 with Flamer. That is quite nice to have, because what I would usually do is reserve one of them, depending on what I want to try and kill. Like, the Flamers with the Bolters are very nice at clearing chaff. So if you have something weak and feeble at the back, I can just be like, well, I'm just going to drop down a bunch of Flamers. Get rid of them and then charge. The GT is out there, yeah. Also, Eradicators. They're the Melter guys, right? The Eradicators. I think Eradicators would do pretty well in that kind of scenario. Like, that's what they're for. Especially in the Salamander detachment, you kind of drop them down with the Melters and just melt something. Because they get the hit rerolls, the wound rerolls, and damage rerolls. Like, they are very, very good at that. Obviously, you have like, the problem is kind of deep striking them 9. Means they're out of range for the Melter 2. But yeah, the 3 up is quite scary. Which is why the repulsors also fell over a lot. But yeah, jumping about the repulsor and then try and charge them, they jump back in is quite nice. Also, I don't have the repulsors in this list. Part of me does want to try 18 Centurions, but with 3 units of 6 Devastators. I feel like that might be too much. The problem is they are slow, and I don't have enough ways to move them around. But having 3, like, cycling would be quite good. That's probably where I want to then... Like, nothing really fits 6. Like a Thunderhawk. There's a Thunderhawk that has a huge capacity. Yeah, 30. So you can fit 6 Centurions in a Thunderhawk, but that's 840 points. Wait, London, are you British? Yes, I've been British the whole time. That was my day. My day was alright, thank you. How's yours been? I've been painting today, and I was been video editing. Would love Dark Mechanics to just do really, really heavy vehicle army. That would be fun. Yeah, Firestorm Devastators would be good. What was German? I mean, I was born in Germany, but I'm not German, no. Why do you think I was German? Is it just my accent? Wild. Just joking. Okay, fair enough. Just the vibes, the German vibes. The favorite Hive Fleet color scheme? I do like Leviathan. Leviathan's cool. Vision Carnivex's next screen from a local tank monster only Armageddon event. Hell yeah, that's fun. Any army that you're not looking forward to playing against? I don't think so. I think it's more, yeah. If I go into Adam, because he's bringing World Eaters again. If I go to his World Eaters again, I'm gonna be stuffed. But it might not be as bad. We'll see how it goes. Baby Bottle's hitting on 2s with the reroll ones, yeah. Right. What's my 11th favorite base mate? I have no idea. Blue. There are like 8 Imperial Agents players. It could happen. Maybe a little harder to find me at the LGT. It shouldn't be that hard. I'll be wearing a very bright yellow top for shirt for Saturday. Penetrating my Magnus, I must say I'm rather proud of myself. Hell yeah. Is it died again? Hello? Sorry. I will have a Mad Case 2.0, it's true. Now you could also get a Mad Case 2.0 at tabletopcommand.com. However, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go. It was gonna have to be a short stream. I have some stuff I need to prepare. And I need to do some other stuff. I just wanted to do a quick stream, say hello, talk about the LGT. Didn't really have much else planned, so thank you for watching. Sorry for being a short stream. There is a video tomorrow, a very fun video. Hope you enjoy it tomorrow. I'm going to send you over to Liam Dempsey. Go say hello to him. And before you go and come get magnets, yes, magnets. And thank you for showing me not Big Man Fair. Hell yeah, it's very silly, it's very cool. If you're in London GT, hope to see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.